When the zookeeper handed over the starch sausage for the 20th time, your furious tail cracked the tempered glass. The surveillance system suddenly blared an alarm. The rare lizard, for the first time, awakened its dragon girl features. Lu Qinghan, wearing high heels, appeared just as you were using your horns to knock over the feeding barrier. He lightly tapped the feeding manual with his fingertip. From today, switch to Wagyu beef. That evening, all staff received a mass email. New rule. The golden-scaled lizard's daily diet will be breakfast, 20 inner Mongolian lambs. Snack, a meal of salmon sashimi. As you devoured it ravenously, you heard him say on the phone, "This is that glowing feed." Preparing 200 tons of battle-grade beefsteaks. On the third day, your scales began to shed, revealing the underlying brilliant golden dragon scales. Lu Qinghan suddenly knelt before the dragon. He handed over a blood-burning photo album. This is from the last monster invasion. In the photo, your broken dragon horn was impaled in the monster leader's eye socket, and the background was the burning Oriental Pearl Tower. On the 7th day, your body size exploded, tearing apart the dragon enclosure, which was supposedly blast-proof. Lu Qinghan, however, was already prepared. He opened the passage to the underground base. Now you are coiled in the Huangpu River, devouring an endless supply of strategic reserve meat. System notifications flashed wildly. Purification degree, 87. When the last dragon scale formed, the Pacific Ocean suddenly unleashed a 1,000-meter tsunami. Your figure, soaring into the sky, made the glass curtain walls of the entire Lujiazui district reflect brilliant golden light. But he still said, "I only hope the Lu family can manage this zoo well, and not sell these animals of mine." Hearing this, Lu Qinghan replied, "That's fine. I will improve the zoo to its best condition. But now, I want to visit the animals, especially the community." "No problem. I'll take you to see them," Li Tianming said, acting as a guide, leading Lu Qinghan to visit the penguin zoo. When they arrived at the snake exhibit, Lu Qinghan couldn't hold back and rushed to the viewing platform, looking at the food inside. His eyes filled with urgency, as if searching for something. This made Li Tianming wonder, does the tycoon's daughter really like snakes? Just then, Li Tianming's walkie-talkie suddenly crackled. "Director, bad news. A giant python has escaped and entered the lizard enclosure." Li Tianming was startled upon hearing this. He immediately turned and ran towards the lizard enclosure. Seeing this, Lu Qinghan paused slightly and silently followed. They just saw a yellow python, full of malice, staring at you. But at this moment, you were not flustered at all. There was even some excitement in your eyes. They saw that from your body. A terrifying subtle pressure instantly emanated. Feeling this subtle pressure, the giant python suddenly recoiled, and under everyone's astonished gazes, it slowly retreated backward. Li Tianming exclaimed in surprise, "What's going on? Why does the python seem so afraid of the lizard right in front of it?" Lu Qinghan also widened his eyes, looking thoughtfully at you. At the same time, you, while using your might to suppress the python, also continuously swung your claws. Before long, the python was gasping for air and then croaked. Everyone was dumbfounded. A single lizard had actually killed a 2-meter-long python. Meanwhile, a strange light burst forth in Lu Qinghan's eyes. He watched as you devoured the python bit by bit, and his heart was filled with certainty. "I've finally found you." Then, Lu Qinghan excitedly said, "Director Li, I'll invest immediately, and I want to keep this lizard. Arrange for someone to bring it meat right away. Send as much as you have." Li Tianming was stunned. He had thought Lu Qinghan was interested in snakes, but it turned out he was interested in the lizard. However, whatever the patron said, he just had to do it. So he immediately got the staff into action. At this moment, you were heartily devouring the giant python, and your body was growing larger and larger during the meal. Soon, your body length quickly grew to an immense length. Li Tianming, seeing this scene, exclaimed in surprise, "How can this be? How is it growing so fast?" Lu Qinghan, standing by, said calmly, "Director Li, this is a normal phenomenon. Also, have everyone sign a non-disclosure agreement. And the zoo will be closed for a month." Although very puzzled, Li Tianming still silently nodded. After making arrangements with Director Li, Lu Qinghan's phone rang. "Daughter, I heard you acquired a zoo. Can you tell me why?" Facing her father's question, Lu Qinghan calmly replied, "Father, this zoo concerns the future of Wuxia. You will understand in a month." Lu Qingsong clearly didn't believe Lu Qinghan's words after hearing this, but still said, "All right then. Consider it your first step in entrepreneurship." He then hung up the phone. In the following days, the staff, following Lu Qinghan's instructions, began unlimited feeding. At the same time, they also built a larger enclosure for you to live in. And your growth rate shocked all the staff. Many felt fear. Isn't this some kind of monster? If it keeps growing like this, will it eat them all? Time quickly came to the 10th day. Under the continuous supply of food, your body length reached 90 meters. Your weight also exceeded 50,000 tons. Your evolution points even reached 10,000 years. Li Tianming, seeing your current appearance, exclaimed in alarm, "Miss Lu, how I see it. It looks like a legendary creature." Lu Qinghan knew it could no longer be kept secret, and was about to explain. Just then, Lu Qinghan and Li Tianming's walkie-talkies rang. A staff member's voice, "Boss. Director. Bad news. A large number of reporters and public have arrived outside. They all say they want to come in and see something." Hearing this, Lu Qinghan was greatly alarmed. He asked, "Pale, what's going on? How do the people outside know we have something here?" The walkie-talkie on the other end quickly replied, "It seems to be because of a viral video online." Li Tianming, hearing this, quickly pulled out his phone and searched for a moment. Then he brought the phone to Lu Qinghan. They saw a video from a drone's perspective, with the title, "Shocking. XXXXX Zoo. A giant dragon appears. No wonder the zoo had to close for rectification. This is definitely humanity's greatest discovery." The likes on this video had exceeded 10 million. At this time, the area outside the zoo was packed with people, mostly netizens who came after hearing the news, and media reporters. Suddenly, several Rolls-Royces stopped by the roadside, instantly attracting the attention of most people. A car with 5/8. That's Tycoon Lu's car. Why is Tycoon Lu here? Is he also here to see the dragon? Could it be that this zoo is actually owned by Tycoon Lu, and the dragon inside is also raised by him? Meanwhile, Lu Qinghan was already waiting inside the gate for her father's arrival. Ever since he learned his daughter invested in a zoo, Lu Qingsong had sent people to monitor it closely. Upon hearing about the online buzz, he immediately rushed to the zoo. Upon seeing Lu Qinghan, he immediately asked, "Tell me, what's going on? Is this your marketing, or does it really exist?" Lu Qinghan looked seriously at her father, and said, "It's all true. If you don't believe me, I'll take you to see it now. And this also concerns the future of Wuxia." Looking at his daughter's serious expression, and her unquestionable tone, Lu Qingsong nodded slightly. "Soon everyone arrived before your habitat. When Lu Qingsong saw your enormous body, even the tycoon, who had seen many storms, was instantly dumbfounded. What kind of monster is this? Then, they saw Lu Qingsong actually walk directly through the gate and into your enclosure. Lu Qinghan and the others, seeing this, also quickly followed. At this moment, as Lu Qingsong and the others approached, you, in a semi-sleeping state, opened your dragon eyes and said, "What are you doing?" In that instant, a sense of oppression from your bloodline made everyone's entire bodies tremble. At this moment, Lu Qinghan endured the subtle pressure, shouting loudly, "Lord Dragon, we are not here to harm you. Please withdraw your might. If this continues, we will all die." Hearing this, you withdrew your might. Only then did the few people slowly recover. Then Lu Qinghan excitedly said, "Lord Dragon, I've been arranging everything for you during this time. Is the food all right?" At this moment, you understood internally that without Lu Qinghan you wouldn't have developed so rapidly during this period. You replied, "I know. Thank you for your hospitality during this time. I won't forget it." Hearing these words, Lu Qinghan continued, "Lord Dragon, monsters will appear in 20 days. Please protect wuxia in your heart. Protect us." As soon as these words were uttered, the others were all greatly astonished, turning pale and looking at Lu Qinghan, with faces full of disbelief. You then calmly said, "I know. Heaven sent me here precisely to eradicate the monsters and save wuxia." Hearing your words, the others looked bewildered. It seems monsters really will appear in 20 days. Soon, Lu Qingsong, who reacted first, said, "Lord Dragon, is there anything we can do to help you?" You calmly said, "More food." Hearing this, Lu Qingsong immediately picked up the phone. Immediately buy all the meat in the entire city. Following Lu Qingsong's call, it didn't take long for the city's slaughterhouses to almost simultaneously spring into action. After a day, the delivered meat was already piled up like a mountain, and you, in just 2 mouthfuls, devoured the mountain of meat before you, eating it all. Evolution points reached. Food. 000 points, unlocking Dragon's Fury Flame, and witnessing your terrifying appetite. Lu Qingsong was utterly shocked, and once again picked up his phone. Over the next 5 days, a continuous stream of meat was sent by Lu Qingsong's people. Even helicopters were used to transport your evolution, and your evolution points also greatly increased to 50,000 points. Your body even surpassed 3,000 meters. Your weight reached 50,000 points. And you mastered the transformation divine ability. You could shrink your body, no longer occupying a large area. Moreover, your dragon's might also evolved, allowing all thermal weapons to fail. You also unlocked a new skill, Dragon Sense. It could sense within a radius of 100,000 meters for energy magnetic fields. The stronger the energy of something, the more intensely it was sensed. At this moment, you, shrunk to the size of a small snake, were resting with your eyes closed. Lu Qinghan's bodyguard, carrying a box, came before you. He said, "Lord Dragon, this is what you instructed us to find. We've found it for you." Lu Qinghan took the box. The box opened, and a red fruit appeared before their eyes. The attraction fruit could alter human genes after consumption, making them powerful. You opened your eyes and looked at the fruit. You then said, "You eat it. I don't need this. It will benefit you." Hearing this, Lu Qinghan's heart trembled. Lord Dragon was truly thinking of her. Immediately, she decisively picked up the fruit and swallowed it. Instantly, Lu Qinghan felt a surge of immense power filling her entire body. Lu Qinghan then struck with a backhand, chopping the wooden box in her hand with a hand knife, and it instantly exploded. The bodyguards who saw this scene were instantly dumbfounded. Feeling the changes in her body, Lu Qinghan quickly said, "Thank you, Lord Dragon." And at this moment, Lu Qinghan's phone rang. After connecting, Lu Qingsong's anxious voice came through. "Qinghan, quick, take the dragon and leave. The military is here." The voice was so loud that the few people nearby were all surprised. But there was no time for anyone to react. They saw in the distant sky 5 military helicopters flying rapidly towards them. In just a few seconds, they arrived above the zoo. And outside, at this moment, also came the sound of neat, uniform, and loud footsteps. Countless fully armed soldiers ran over in formation, surrounding your resting place. Lu Qinghan was terrified, looking at such a grand scene, fearing they would provoke the dragon. At this moment, a middle-aged man walked out from the military crowd. Upon seeing this person, Lu Qinghan's expression changed to one of shock. In her previous life, she had seen him. His name was Wang Guitian. He had countless military achievements. After the monsters appeared, the first monster killed by humans in Wuxia died by his hand. And when Wang Guitian saw you in mid-air, he was also greatly astonished, saying, "Everyone, aim at the monster floating in mid-air." In an instant, all weapons were aimed, facing countless firearms. Lu Qinghan quickly forced herself to be calm and shouted, "Don't shoot. We are good people. Wang Guitian, I want to talk to you alone. Is that okay?" Hearing this, Wang Guitian pondered for a moment before agreeing to Lu Qinghan's request. Then Lu Qinghan and Wang Guitian entered a military vehicle together. Lu Qinghan then got straight to the point, saying, "Wang Guitian, that is a dragon. A true divine dragon. A divine dragon responsible for protecting our Wuxia." Wang Guitian, after hearing this, chuckled. He then coldly said, "Do you take me for a fool? It's common knowledge that dragons don't exist." Lu Qinghan then seriously said, "Then why would people sometimes invent a non-existent life form?" This question indeed stumped Wang Guitian. Lu Qinghan then continued, "Wang Guitian, actually, I am a reborn person from the future." Hearing this, Wang Guitian slowly widened his eyes, blurting out, "Absurd. Lu Qinghan. To lie? You're even spouting such outrageous lies." At this moment, Lu Qinghan's mind was racing, thinking about how to prove her identity as a transmigrator. Suddenly, Lu Qinghan remembered the first soccer match she watched with her father in her previous life, which seemed to be today. Facing Wang Guitian, she said, "In an hour, there will be a soccer match. The result of this match between beautiful country and sneaky country is .0. Beautiful country wins." Then Lu Qinghan also recounted many details of the match. But Wang Guitian calmly said, "Do you think I have that much time to wait for you, Lu Qinghan?" She replied, "Yes, because this concerns Wuxia's future. I truly came back from the future. My mission is to save Wuxia." Lu Qinghan spoke with immense conviction. This made Wang Guitian's resolve begin to waver. Could it be that this woman really came back from the future? Immediately, Wang Guitian had someone bring a screen. He turned on the sports channel, waiting for the upcoming match. Soon, the match ended. Wang Guitian fell into deep thought, looking at the match results. His belief in Lu Qinghan as a transmigrator was halfway there. Lu Qinghan, seeing Wang Guitian's clear change in attitude, then revealed all the news about the monster invasion and world apocalypse in 15 days to Wang Guitian. And after Wang Guitian heard this news, Lu Qinghan then continued, saying, "In that era, the whole world couldn't resist. Only our Wuxia barely survived for 3 years because of the divine dragon. It's just a pity that the divine dragon didn't develop well and couldn't defend us for that long. It died under the monster's siege." Hearing this, Wang Guitian looked through the car window at the divine dragon outside and said, "Then what can I do?" Lu Qinghan was also puzzled by Wang Guitian's question, but suddenly she thought of a bold idea. She then asked, "Can we make the whole country support the divine dragon?" Hearing this, Wang Guitian pondered for a moment and said, "I'll have to report this to my superiors. The matter of the divine dragon cannot be hidden. Since we want to gain national support, I think it should be made public. Let everyone know about the divine dragon's existence." Lu Qinghan's heart trembled, and she instantly had an idea. Then Wang Guotian led all the soldiers away from the zoo. And Lu Qinghan also began her own plan. Lu Qinghan first called her father, explaining that she wanted to attract the entire nation through a live broadcast to support the dragon. Hearing her daughter's incredible request on the phone, Lu Qingsong was immediately startled. Live broadcast the divine dragon to the whole nation? This is something that will shock the entire nation, affecting over 1 billion people. But after thinking about your terrifying appetite, he still decided to, with Lu Qinghan, prepare for the next day's live broadcast. On the other side, Wang Guotian, not long after leaving, also received a call from the commander. After reporting the specific situation, the commander said, "Tomorrow, when I return to my quarters, I want to see the so-called divine dragon with my own eyes. If he truly is the divine dragon protecting Wuxia, we cannot do nothing." As the live broadcast time drew near, countless ordinary people had already tuned into the live stream early. This live broadcast, is this divine dragon real or fake? They wouldn't just show us special effects, would they? Could it be a marketing tactic by the live streaming platform? I heard that Lu Group acquired this platform. Soon, the live broadcast began. At this moment, Lu Qinghan, still facing countless drone cameras, spoke with a calm expression. "I presume everyone is here for the divine dragon. Then I won't waste any more words. Let's all take a look at the great divine dragon." Dano of Great Britain. All drones simultaneously aimed at you in the distance. At this moment, you, in order to cooperate with the live broadcast effect, had also transformed into a 100-meter-long appearance. As the camera slowly zoomed in, your eyes, full of domineering might, immediately sent shivers down the spines of countless viewers. "My legs can't move. I directly knelt on the ground. What's going on? Such terrifying eyes. It's as if they can kill me through the screen. So scary." One by one, netizens threw away their phones, not daring to look again, lowering their heads and panting heavily. Then you let out a fierce roar. Instantly, dark clouds gathered around you. Lightning flashed and thunder rumbled. Lu Qinghan's voice rang out again. At this moment, the divine dragon is soaring through the thunderclouds. Friends of the criminal, as long as you look up, you can see it. Many people who were watching the live broadcast, hearing this, rushed to their doorways, looking up at you, the divine dragon, in the thunderclouds. It's really the divine dragon. This is too shocking. Quickly, make a wish. The divine dragon has appeared. This is a rare sight. In an instant, countless people took out their phones to take photos and record videos. And this was the effect you wanted. When the time was right, you instantly vanished into the sky. Lu Qinghan also said at this moment, "The divine dragon is at Qin's zoo. If you want to come and feed the divine dragon, please bring food." The divine dragon merely fell. After saying that, she directly ended the live broadcast, leaving behind netizens with stunned expressions. Soon, as you were exposed to the eyes of the world, the zoo welcomed an unprecedented explosion in visitor numbers. And those who came to the zoo almost all brought food. Lu Qinghan, seeing this scene, also smiled. Indeed, the power of unity is the greatest. I hope the great divine dragon can grow quickly. Just then, Wang Guotian called, inviting Lu Qinghan to attend a meeting. Soon, Lu Qinghan arrived at Long City's military base by invitation. Here, she met Wang Guotian and other dragon generals of Wuxia. The other dragon generals looked at the out-of-place Lu Qinghan, immediately casting strange glances. Not long after, an old man walked in from outside. It was precisely Li Tsong, the supreme general of the Wuxia military. Li Tsong's gaze also fell on Lu Qinghan. "Miss Lu, I heard you are from the future. As soon as these words came out, apart from Wang Guitian, everyone else was greatly shocked and turned pale. Lu Qinghan replied, "Yes, I am a reborn person. From 3 months in the future." The crowd immediately began to discuss amongst themselves. How could she be from the future? That's too absurd. This is a military camp. We cannot tolerate your nonsense. Commander, you haven't been deceived, have you? Li Tsong did not answer the crowd's questions but asked, "Did you not see today's news about the divine dragon?" Some looked bewildered. Some were surprised. Those who knew spoke up, saying, "We saw it. Commander, do you think this matter is real?" Li Tsong silently nodded. Everyone else was immediately astonished. The commander actually thinks it's real. Li Tsong continued, "Let me show you something." As he spoke, on the screen behind Li Tsong, a photo slowly appeared. When the crowd saw the photo, they were immediately astonished. But Lu Qinghan exclaimed in surprise, "Man-eating monster!" Seeing Lu Qinghan's reaction, Li Tsong smiled slightly. "Indeed, my guess was correct. Miss Lu, you know this kind of monster. I know this is a monster that will appear 14 days from now." As Lu Qinghan spoke, she recalled her previous life, where she personally witnessed an army attacking the man-eating monster. Listening to Lu Qinghan's words, everyone felt it was a tall tale. Only Li Tsong and Wang Guitian's expressions became solemn. At this moment, all the dragon generals turned their gaze towards Li Tsong. Li Tsong also said in a deep voice, "I believe Miss Lu has no reason to deceive us. Furthermore, we have indeed discovered many things recently that science cannot explain. Now, only 14 days remain. We must be prepared." After hearing Li Tsong's words, the dragon generals present immediately fell silent. Lu Qinghan then solemnly said, "We must allow the divine dragon to grow. He is the key to wuxia." Hearing Lu Qinghan's words, Li Tsong also asked quite seriously, "In the future, will humanity really only be able to rely on the divine dragon?" Lu Qinghan nodded heavily at this moment. After seeing Lu Qinghan's action, Li Tsong quickly made a decision. "I understand. Now, let's initiate the feeding plan. I will report this and procure large quantities of food from all over the world to feed the divine dragon." At this very moment, the national support plan was officially launched. Soon, another 4 days passed. Only 10 days remained until the monster appeared. And at this time, the International Alliance held a rare meeting. However, no wuxia representative attended this meeting. Instead, the representatives of America, Woku, Batutu, Baxiangguo, and other allied nations commenced the meeting. The representative of America first asked, "In the past 4 days, wuxia has ordered a large quantity of food. Have you received similar orders?" Hearing this question, other countries also reacted because they all had received from wuxia orders for food, and these were hundreds, even thousands of tons. The representatives of the various countries present simultaneously had a question arise in their minds. What exactly is wuxia trying to do? "Daughter, I heard you acquired a zoo." Lu Qinghan was now facing her father's question. "Yes. Can you tell me why?" "Father, if I tell you, you might not believe me. This zoo concerns the future of wuxia." Lu Qingsong was silent for a moment. "The future of wuxia. In a month, you will understand. I can't tell you the specific situation right now. The fact that she is a reborn person cannot be revealed yet. Even if I told you, I'm afraid no one would believe it. Alright, let's just consider it your first step in starting a business." Lu Qingsong didn't say anything more. He let go and allowed Lu Qinghan to make changes. In the following days, the zoo closed for renovation. And the staff also, according to Lu Qinghan's instructions, went daily to feed Chunqing. And Chunqing's growth speed also astonished all the staff. On the first day, Xianxia's body had already reached 3 meters in length. Its weight was 100 jin, almost filling the entire lizard enclosure. Shocking Li Tianming. Lu Qinghan ordered everyone to clear out the adjacent snake enclosure to create a larger space for Qingqing. The patron hired people to build it, costing hundreds of yuan a day. They quickly built a 100-meter-long open-top enclosure, set up glass display cases, and a natural ecological environment to make Qingqing more comfortable. During this period, food was continuously supplied. Time came to the second day. Qingqing was already 6 meters long and weighed 1,500 jin. Could even stand up, a full 3 stories high. Standing up, it would hit the display case. So Qingqing did not stand up again. But as it grew larger, it needed to eat more. In a single day, it had to eat at least several hundred jin of meat. If not for Lu Qinghan's ample funds, she simply couldn't afford to raise Qingqing. The larger Qingqing grew, the more excited Lu Qinghan became. The divine dragon is growing quickly. In a month, let the world be shocked by you. On the third day, Qingqing's body length reached 10 meters, and it weighed 3,000 jin. The dragon horns on its head had already fully protruded. Its body slowly became slender, not as wide as a lizard. The scales on its body glittered, incredibly brilliant. It increasingly resembled a dragon. This left everyone at the zoo utterly shocked. Is this still a lizard? How can it look so much like the legendary dragon? Qingqing's rapid growth filled many with fear. Could this be some kind of monster? If it continues to grow like this, will it end up eating them all? This led to many staff members resigning and leaving. Lu Qinghan looked at the enormous Qingqing. She furrowed her brow slightly. If this continues, the matter of the divine dragon will eventually be impossible to conceal. Its appearance had already caused a butterfly effect. If it weren't for him, the divine dragon wouldn't have been discovered, because it simply wouldn't have been able to grow. However, he quickly let go of the thought. The divine dragon would be impossible to hide sooner or later. He needed to prepare himself mentally, how to deal with his family and the nation. When absolutely necessary, he would reveal his identity as a reborn person, to prepare the entire country. At night, Qingqing fell into a deep sleep, and at this moment, a figure walked in from outside, carefully approached him. Its eyes gleamed with a strange light. Divine Dragon, thank you for protecting me in my previous life. This life, I will definitely not let you die, Lu Qinghan whispered. If the Divine Dragon hadn't saved him, he would have died long ago in his previous life. He looked at Qingqing before him, and carefully reached out to touch Qingqing's head, stroking its scales. His heart filled with immense excitement. Tears of excitement streamed down. He had wanted to touch the Divine Dragon for a long time. He never expected that this life would fulfill this wish. However, Qingqing suddenly took a deep breath, startling him, and he quickly left. Not long after Lu Qinghan left, the dragon's eyes slowly opened. So, this woman is a reborn person, Qingqing thought to himself. Lu Qinghan's words just now, he had heard them all. I didn't expect her to be a reborn person. No wonder she came to help me. Listening to Lu Qinghan's words, he had died in his previous life. It must have been due to stunted growth. So, in this life, as long as I eat enough, I definitely won't die. Time came to the 10th day. Under a continuous supply of food, Qingqing's body length reached 90 meters. Its weight was 500 tons. Its evolution points reached an unprecedented level, unlocking many skills. The dragon horns on its head were fully exposed. Its body became slender and extremely majestic. Its scales glittered with golden light. Its head was identical to that of a legendary dragon. At this point, signs of it were already appearing. Those who saw it exclaimed, "This is a dragon. Miss Lu, how did this lizard become like this? I think it looks like a dragon." Li Tianming stood outside the glass enclosure, greatly startled. His face paled. In just 10 days, the lizard that was once over 100 centimeters long had transformed into a nearly 100-meter terrifying giant beast. If it hadn't been constantly lying down, it would probably have broken through the sky long ago, letting everyone outside see it. It is a dragon, Lu Qinghan said calmly. It can no longer be concealed. Hearing Lu Qinghan's words, Li Tianming was greatly astonished. This is a dragon? No way. Do legendary dragons really exist? Boss director, it's bad. A large number of reporters and people have come outside. They all say they want to come in to see the dragon. Just then, Lu Qinghan and Li Tianming's walkie-talkie rang with the voice of a staff member. This made both of them turn pale with shock. What's going on? How do the people outside know there's a dragon here? Lu Qinghan quickly spoke. Impossible. Everyone signed a confidentiality agreement. Unless someone betrayed the confidentiality agreement. Last night, a drone entered our park. It filmed a video of the dragon, and it has already been exposed on short video platforms. This made Lu Qinghan utterly shocked. Damn it! How did we not guard against this? This person is truly damned. It's real. I saw it on my feed. Li Tianming placed his phone in front of Lu Qinghan. The video inside was a scene in darkness. It was from a drone's perspective, filming from above, showing a colossal creature in the frame. And this colossal creature was Chun Qing in the enclosure. Even in the dark night, the scales on its body glittered with golden light. It was eye-catching, and the title was very appealing. Shocking. A giant dragon appears in Qin's zoo. No wonder the zoo had to close for rectification. This is the discovery of a dragon's lair. Absolutely humanity's greatest discovery. It already had over 10 million likes and several million comments. Holy crap, is this real or fake? Are there really dragons with glittering golden scales? This is definitely a dragon. I'm going to see the dragon. Qin's zoo. It's near my house. I'll go check it out tomorrow. If there's no dragon, you'll be in for it. Blogger. This is absolutely a major discovery in human history. Dragons really exist. It's too shocking. Even when it's asleep. It makes me feel a terrifying pressure. Is this a dragon? Damn it. Lu Qinghan gritted her teeth in anger. She never expected it would be exposed because of this. But now she could only deal with the news. Seeing the incoming call display, she sighed. Father knows. Then I can only expose it. Lu Group Chairman's office. Lu Qingsong sat at his desk. The door was knocked. Lu Qinghan walked in from outside. She sat directly in front of Lu Qingsong. Tell me, what's going on? Is this your marketing stunt? Or does a dragon really exist? Ever since he learned his daughter invested in a zoo, he had sent people to monitor it closely. Until his people called to tell him about the online matter. He only then realized how absurd it was. That person called to tell him about the online matter. And only then did he realize how absurd it was. To actually say there's a dragon in the zoo. Who doesn't know that's fake? If this is my daughter's marketing strategy, then it's truly brilliant. What I'm about to say next might shock you greatly, but it's all true. The one in my zoo is really a dragon. And it's a divine dragon, Lu Qinghan said, looking seriously at Lu Qingsong. Hearing this, Lu Qingsong was startled. He said coldly, Nonsense. How is that possible? If it's a dragon, do you know how much impact you'll cause? Now this matter has already caused a huge stir online. Once the media and reporters find out this is fake, and that you're spreading rumors, how much impact will that have on the company? You know, it's all real. If you don't believe me, you can go to the zoo. And this concerns the future of wuxia, Lu Qinghan said seriously. Looking at his daughter's serious expression and her unquestionable tone, Lu Qingsong was stunned. His daughter had never spoken to him like this before. Then, I'll go and see this so-called dragon. Outside the zoo, it was still packed with people. Just then, several luxurious Rolls-Royces stopped by the road, attracting most of the attention. The license plate has 5/8. This is Chairman Lu's car. Why is Chairman Lu here? Could he also be here to see the dragon? Holy crap. Is this real or fake? Quick. Film it. Could it be that this zoo is actually owned by Chairman Lu, and the dragon inside is also his? As Lu Qingsong and Lu Qinghan got out of the car, numerous cameras focused on them and began filming frantically. Facing the camera flashes, Lu Qingsong's expression remained calm. Many bodyguards got out of the cars to help separate them from the crowd. Arriving at the entrance, Li Tianming quickly opened the door for them, letting them in. At this moment, everyone realized that the dragon was related to Chairman Lu. Videos were rapidly uploaded to various platforms, causing a huge uproar. Riding a sightseeing vehicle, Lu Qingsong and others arrived at Chun Qing's habitat. When he saw the enormous golden divine dragon lying prone on the ground, fallen into a deep sleep, this usually calm billionaire, who had seen much in life, was also dumbfounded. His eyes revealed deep shock. What kind of monster is this? My daughter actually has in the zoo raised a colossal creature. If it weren't for seeing it with my own eyes, I would never dare to believe it. He is the divine dragon. The divine dragon who can save Wuxia in the future. Every time she saw the divine dragon, Lu Qinghan would show excitement on her face. In 20 days, the giant beasts will appear. By then, everyone in the world will be shocked by the appearance of the divine dragon. In this lifetime, Wuxia will not perish prematurely. Lu Qingsong was at a loss for words at this moment. After a long while, he spoke. Can I go in and see? As soon as he said this, the surrounding crowd was startled. Biasesh is different now. Currently, we don't know if he will eat us. If he truly is the divine dragon protecting Wuxia, how could he eat me? After speaking, Lu Qingsong walked towards the entrance. He wanted to go in and see. Lu Qinghan did not stop him, but instead followed her father inside. Seeing this, the crowd also quickly followed, a large group of people entering at once. The dragon, in a semi-slumber, awoke. It suddenly opened its gold-like dragon eyes, instantly fixing its gaze on Lu Qingsong and the others. The terrifying pressure that emanated was like Mount Tai suppressing everyone. Thump, thump. In an instant, Lu Qingsong and the others couldn't withstand the pressure. They all knelt down in unison. Their bodies trembled, and their teeth chattered. Their souls were terrified to the extreme. This dragon. It must be a dragon. Lu Qingsong felt the suppression from his bloodline. Only a dragon could bring them such a terrifying sense of oppression. And then, suddenly, the dragon spoke, uttering human words. Everyone was greatly startled. Lu Qingsong's heart pounded with fear. He trembled, enduring the pressure, and looked up at the giant divine dragon. He was dumbfounded. You can actually speak. What's the big deal about a divine dragon speaking human words? What's so strange? The dragon slowly raised its head. It looked down at everyone from above. It had long ago acquired the skill of speaking human words. The divine dragon's pressure slowly released, making the bones of several people tremble. Lord Dragon, we are not here to harm you. Please retract your pressure. If this continues, we will all die. Lu Qinghan shouted. She felt her bones trembling, about to shatter. The dragon retracted its pressure. Only then could the few people slowly stand up, looking at the divine dragon that spoke human words. Lu Qingsong's heart was incomparably excited. This was even more exciting than the day he became the richest man. Dragons. Legendary dragons. He had only heard rumors about them online. He had never seen a true divine dragon. But now he saw one. The feeling the divine dragon gave him was as if there was a close connection in his bloodline. It made him feel very close. Lord Dragon, I have been arranging things for you during this time. The food. Is it all right for you? Lu Qinghan asked. The excited dragon looked at Lu Qinghan. I am deeply grateful for your hospitality during this time. I won't forget. If it weren't for Lu Qinghan, I wouldn't have developed so rapidly. Lord Dragon. In 20 days, monsters will appear. Please protect Huaxia. Protect us, Lu Qinghan said. As soon as she said this, the others were greatly startled. They all looked at Lu Qinghan. Daughter, what are you saying? Lu Qingsong looked at his daughter and asked in surprise. What? Monsters appearing in 20 days. Ignorant mortals. Heaven is too shameless. I was born precisely to eliminate monsters and save Huaxia. The dragon spoke in a deep voice. Hearing the divine dragon's words, everyone truly believed that monsters would appear in 20 days. This all sounded like a dream, but the divine dragon before them was incredibly real. How could it be a dream? If monsters really appeared in 20 days, what should they do? Not a few people had already thought about resigning and then preparing food for refuge. Director, this is bad. A large group of investigators has come from outside. They received a public report saying we are keeping illegal animals inside, and they want to come in and inspect. Suddenly, Li Tianming's walkie-talkie rang. It was the voice of the security guard at the gate. Hearing this, everyone was greatly startled. The investigators are here. If they come in, they will definitely discover the divine dragon. What should we do? Li Tianming looked worriedly at Li Qinghan, his eyes asking, what to do? Leave it to my dad, Lu Qingsong said. He quickly walked out to make a call to someone. Lu Qinghan frowned. Things are getting more and more serious. Can't be hidden for too long. Even the investigators have come looking, and the divine dragon will get bigger and bigger. Sooner or later, even the national army will come looking. Director, it's fine. The investigators have all left. At this moment, Lu Qingsong returned after making the call. It's resolved. They won't come again. This is not a long-term solution. Sooner or later, it will be discovered, Lu Qinghan sighed. One day, I will be exposed to the eyes of the world. You don't need to hide it, the dragon said calmly. Everyone looked up at the divine dragon. Yes, the divine dragon is growing bigger every day. How long can it be hidden? Lord Dragon, is there anything we can help you with? Lu Qingsong asked. More food? All right. I understand. Hearing this, Lu Qingsong immediately made another call. Immediately buy up all the meat in the entire city and have it delivered to Qin's zoo. Not only that, he also made many other calls, telling them to send over all the prepared meat. The richest man's connections and power were still very strong. With a few phone calls, all the meat in the city was ready to be transported to the zoo. Moreover, it was all fresh meat. Even those who had already opened their shops packed everything up. By the end of the day, the delivered meat piled up like a mountain before the dragon. It opened its dragon mouth and began to feast. In one bite, it ate half of the mountain of meat. Its evolution points increased wildly. In less than a moment, its body broke through 200 meters. Its evolution points reached 15,000. Unlocking the divine dragon's blazing fury skill. And all the food was eaten. Witnessing the divine dragon's terrifying appetite, Lu Qingsong was utterly shocked. He also picked up his phone and made continuous calls. In the next 5 days, a continuous stream of meat was sent by Lu Qingsong's people. Even helicopters delivered it. And all the animals in the zoo were secretly transferred to new environments. Now, the entire zoo only had the dragon. On the second day, the dragon's evolution points broke through 20,000. Its body reached 400 meters, unlocking the spatial dragon palm skill. On the third day, the dragon's evolution points broke through 30,000. Its body reached 1,000 meters, weighing 5,000 tons, unlocking the dragon sense skill. On the fifth day, the dragon's evolution points had reached 50,000. Its body reached 3,000 meters, weighing 50,000 tons, and it mastered the transformation divine ability, allowing it to shrink its body, no longer occupying a large area. Moreover, this dragon might also evolve, could render all thermal weapons ineffective. The sun was bright. A golden divine dragon, like a small snake, was floating in midair, resting with its eyes closed. Lord Dragon, this is what you instructed us to find. We have found it and brought it back for you. Lu Qinghan came over with bodyguards. One of the bodyguards was holding a wooden box. Opening it, they saw a red fruit. Genetic fruit. After consumption, it can alter human genes, making them powerful. The dragon opened its eyes, looking at this fruit. This was the fruit it had sensed with its dragon sense. Since unlocking this skill, it could sense energy fields within a radius of 100,000 meters. The stronger the energy of an object, the stronger the sensation. You swallow it. I don't need this. It will benefit you. The dragon slowly spoke. Hearing this, Lu Qinghan's heart felt that Lord Dragon was thinking of her. Thank you, Lord Dragon. Lu Qinghan bowed in thanks. She picked up the fruit and swallowed it. As for the divine dragon's words, she had no doubts. After swallowing, Lu Qinghan felt a surge of immense power throughout her body. It was as if she had boundless strength. She could smash a tree with one punch. She struck with a backhand hand knife towards the wooden box in the bodyguard's hand. Instantly, it exploded. Shattered pieces scattered everywhere. Seeing their young lady suddenly become powerful, the bodyguards were stunned. Thank you, Lord Dragon. Lu Qinghan immediately knelt on one knee and shouted loudly. In this life, she shouted loudly to him, in this life it has become completely different. With the help of Lord Divine Dragon, he transcended mortals. Continue to search according to what I said. These things can help you become stronger, Xianxia. He opened his mouth and sensed many things with immense energy. They should all be similar to gene fruits, probably related to the imminent appearance of monsters. Now, the distance until the monsters appear is only half a month away. Just then, Lu Qinghan's phone rang. It was Lu Qingsong calling. As soon as he answered, Lu Qingsong's anxious voice came through. Qinghan, quickly take the divine dragon and leave. The military is coming. The voice was very loud. The few people around could all hear it. Xianxia slowly raised its dragon eyes and spoke indifferently. No need. They are already here. As soon as the words fell, Lu Qinghan's eyes widened. She saw in the distant sky 5 military helicopters appeared. Their target was all to rush over here. Their speed was very fast. They arrived directly above the zoo. And outside, at this moment, footsteps were also heard. Looking closely, countless fully armed soldiers ran over in formation. They surrounded Xianxia's habitat. Not only that, 2 tanks also drove up outside, heavily besieging the zoo. Listen, people inside, you have been surrounded by us. Immediately come out. A middle-aged man in camouflage shouted loudly into a loudspeaker. Lu Qinghan looked at such a grand scene, terrified, fearing they would enrage the divine being. Don't. We are not bad people, Lu Qinghan shouted loudly. At this moment, from the military crowd, a middle-aged man with a stout face walked out. The epaulette on his shoulder had a dragon head. Seeing this dragon head, Lu Qinghan's expression changed in surprise. Looking at his face again, she had seen it in her previous life. It was Wang Guitian, who had achieved countless military merits. After the monsters appeared, the first monster in Wuxia to be killed by humans died at his hands. At that time, he piloted a fighter jet to bomb the monster's head, using superb skills to blast it to death. Wang Guitian looked inside. When he saw Xianxia floating in mid-air, he was greatly shocked. It's really a dragon. The satellite didn't lie. Everything online is true, Wang Guitian shouted in shock. He was a materialist. He originally didn't believe in the existence of dragons. But the satellite had captured a massive creature appearing at Qin's zoo, and its thermal energy was extremely high. The higher-ups believed a monster had appeared, so they sent him. He didn't expect it was truly the legendary dragon. But whether this dragon now was good or bad was uncertain. If it was evil, then it could be a catastrophic disaster for Huaxia. Everyone, aim at that monster floating in mid-air, Wang Guotian ordered coldly. Before we know for sure, we must be vigilant. In an instant, all the soldiers raised their rifles, sniper rifles, rocket launchers, and other terrifyingly destructive weapons. They were all aimed at Lu Qinghan. Waiting for others to continue the expenses for the marriage goal, we are good people. This is the divine dragon. He is here to save us, facing countless firearms. Lu Qinghan shouted. She bravely put on a front, raising her hands and slowly walking out. She came before the soldiers. Looking at Wang Guotian, she said, General Wang, I want to talk to you. Wang Guotian was the pillar of Huaxia. Therefore, Lu Qinghan calling him General Wang was appropriate. How do we talk? It's not good to talk here. I want to talk to you alone, Lu Qinghan said. Hearing this, Wang Guotian pondered for a moment. He agreed to Lu Qinghan's request. He ordered female soldiers to search her. After confirming she was safe, they led her into his military vehicle. As soon as she entered, Lu Qinghan got straight to the point. General Wang, that is a dragon. A true divine dragon. A divine dragon responsible for protecting our Huaxia. Wang Guotian snorted and laughed. He then said coldly, Do you take me for a fool? It's common knowledge that dragons don't exist. Then why does the Chinese zodiac include a creature that doesn't exist? Lu Qinghan asked seriously. This question indeed stumped Wang Guotian. He continued, Dragons are inherently fictional. That thing is just a monster that looks like a dragon. Isn't it? Don't be deluded. General Wang. What I'm about to say next might make you feel incredible. You might even call me absurd. But everything I say is true. Actually, I am a reborn person from the future. Lu Qinghan stopped pretending and laid her cards on the table. In this situation, only by revealing everything could she turn the tide. Hearing this, Wang Guotian slowly widened his eyes. He blurted out, Absurd. How can there be such a thing as a reborn person? Lu Qinghan. To lie? You even utter such an absurd lie, Wang Guotian said coldly. Lu Qinghan's mind raced. She was thinking of a solution, until her gaze fell upon the digital clock in the military vehicle. After seeing today's date on it, she was suddenly startled. General Wang, today, isn't there a world football match? Is it America playing against stealthy country? She still had some impression of this match, because her dad liked watching football matches. When she had just returned home at that time, she was pulled by her dad to the living room to watch the game. That was the first match in her life that she watched from beginning to end, so it left a deep impression. Yes, it starts in an hour, Wang Guotian said. He also quite liked football matches, so he paid attention. Lu Qinghan excitedly said, I know the result. America will score a goal within 2 minutes of the match starting. Then the second goal will also be scored by America. It will be scored by a player with an overhead kick. The result of this match will be America winning completely. How is that possible? I'm following this match. Stealthy country has the best players. They've been performing exceptionally well this year. How could America win? And a crushing victory? Wang Guotian said emphatically. Anyway, there's still an hour. If General Wang is not convinced, you can wait. Do you think I have that much time to wait for you? Yes. This concerns the future of Huaxia. I really came back from the future. My mission is to save Huaxia. Lu Qinghan spoke with utmost sincerity. This made Wang Guotian's heart begin to waver. Could it be that this woman really came from the future? But rebirth. Such a thing sounds truly unbelievable. Isn't that just a plot from novels? How could it happen in reality? After thinking for a moment, Wang Guotian issued an order. He ordered all soldiers to rest in place. The helicopters would first hover in the air. They would take action after an hour. He decided to trust Lu Qinghan. Seeing Wang Guotian issue the order, Lu Qinghan smiled. Wang Guotian then had someone bring a screen. He turned on the sports channel, waiting for the upcoming match. An hour passed, and the match began. Wang Guotian watched the match seriously. Lu Qinghan was full of confidence, while others didn't understand why. Why had they suddenly started watching a football match? Until exactly 2 minutes after the match began, America completed a perfect shot, quickly scoring a point. At this moment, Wang Guotian was stunned. He stared blankly at the screen, unable to believe it. It really was 2 minutes, not a minute off. He suddenly looked at Lu Qinghan. His gaze seemed to say, "Are you really a reborn person?" The rest of the match proceeded unusually smoothly. Half an hour later, an American player, with a decisive overhead kick and stylish posture, perfectly scored a goal. The moment the ball went in, Wang Guotian's heart also trembled. It's right again. Even the scoring posture was right. This is an international football match. No matter how capable Lu Qinghan is, she couldn't possibly manipulate this. Until the match ended, Wang Guotian stared in shock at the scoreboard. 5-0. America won completely. At this moment, he slumped into his seat. He had someone remove the screen, then had someone close the car door. "General Wang, do you believe me now? I really came back from the future." Wang Guotian believed half of what he heard. He looked at Lu Qinghan and asked, "Yes, it's me. I've returned to save Huaxia. What I'm about to tell you next, you must listen carefully." Seeing Lu Qinghan so serious, Wang Guotian sat up straight and listened attentively. In 15 days, monsters will appear all over the world. These are monsters from various movies. They will all come into reality, causing us incredibly cruel harm. Doomsday. Wang Guotian's eyes widened. This information was too shocking for him. Monsters, doomsday. By then, the whole world won't be able to resist. Only our Huaxia managed to struggle on for 3 more months. All because of the divine dragon. Lu Qinghan Chengxing said, "It's a pity the divine dragon didn't develop well, and couldn't defend us for that long. It died under the siege of the monsters." Hearing this, Wang Guotian looked through the car window at the divine dragon outside. Huaxia relies on it. If Wang Jiang is still unfortunate, 5 days later, you can go to investigate beneath the sea in Haishur. Perhaps you'll see cosmic wormholes. Monsters will emerge from the wormholes. Later, wormholes will be everywhere. Lu Qinghan Chengxing said, "If that's really the case, then can we only rely on the divine dragon?" "Yes, at least for the first few months, we'll have to rely on the divine dragon, because we don't have the ability to protect ourselves." "Is there anything I can do?" Hearing this, Lu Qinghan was startled. "Is there anything the military can do?" Suddenly, he thought of a bold idea. "Can the whole nation support Shenlong?" Lu Qinghan said. As soon as these words came out, Wang Guotian froze. "The whole nation for the divine dragon?" "Yes. I'll have to report this to my superiors. The matter of the divine dragon cannot be kept secret. Since we want to gain the help of the entire nation, I think it should be made public, letting everyone know about the divine dragon's existence." Lu Qinghan's heart trembled. "We need to get the whole nation to help the divine dragon. I will nurture him. Let him grow quickly. This is the correct method." "I understand." Wang Guotian left with all the soldiers. The zoo returned to calm. "Miss Lu, how did you do it?" Li Tianming asked in surprise. "Why did they suddenly withdraw their troops?" "Nothing, it's fine. Everyone go back and rest. We'll open tomorrow." As soon as these words came out, Li Tianming was stunned. "Open? Is this a joke? The zoo is not like before now. Now there's a divine dragon. Seriously, we open tomorrow. Let everyone come in to see it." Lu Qinghan nodded and said, "The zoo has been renovated. Now, apart from the divine dragon's habitat, there are no other animals. All other areas have been dismantled. Right now, everyone can only see the divine dragon. She wants everyone to come and feed the divine dragon. The Lu family will handle other matters. You can leave now." Li Tianming's mouth hung open, unsure what to say. In the end, he could only nod. and left. Not long after, only Changqing and Lu Qinghan remained at the scene. Lord Divine Dragon, can you transform into a 100-meter appearance? Lu Qinghan looked at Changqing and said. Changqing immediately guessed Lu Qinghan's intention. You want to use me to attract people from all over the country, and then have them feed me together? Yes, the matter can no longer be hidden. In order to help you grow faster, this is the best method. Billions of people nationwide feeding us together. Sounds quite interesting. In an instant, Changqing's body writhed and transformed, becoming 100 meters long. It coiled in the air, its golden light dazzling. That majestic and powerful dragon claw looked down at Lu Qinghan. Even its voice became extremely authoritative. Satisfied? Yes. Just like this. Lu Qinghan quickly called her father. She was about to do something that would shake the entire nation. What? You want to broadcast the Divine Dragon nationwide? Lu Group in the chairman's office. Lu Qingsong suddenly stood up, listening to his daughter's incredible request on the phone. He was scared. Nationwide live broadcast of the Divine Dragon? This is an extraordinary matter that will shock the entire nation, astonishing billions of people. Father, time is running out. The Divine Dragon hasn't fully developed yet. We need more food. Relying solely on us won't work. The power of the entire nation is the greatest. Lu Qinghan's words made Lu Qingsong fall into deep thought. Billions of people feeding it together. How massive a food supply would that be for the Divine Dragon? It's too terrifying. Can the Divine Dragon really eat all that? Coincidentally, I just acquired a live streaming platform. We'll use this platform to broadcast it fully. After hanging up, Lu Qingsong began to make arrangements. On the other side, drones flew to Changqing's vicinity and hovered. They were all pointed at Changqing. Lu Qinghan quickly explained. Lord Divine Dragon, these are drones. Tomorrow, they will broadcast the scene here, letting the whole nation know. Changqing naturally knew what these were. It nodded. Good. Not long after, a live streaming platform named Dao had all its online streamer screens turn black and white. And the title changed to, Tomorrow at 12 p.m. The world's first Divine Dragon will be live-streamed. Many netizens who were watching live streams suddenly found their live rooms closed. Seeing the title change, they were immediately stunned. What does the world's first Divine Dragon mean? What's going on? Holy crap. I just went out and took a look, and found that other live rooms also have this kind of title. What's happening? Isn't this Divine Dragon thing a hoax? This can't be the platform's first time pulling a stunt like this. Can it? Do we have to wait until tomorrow noon? Alright. Then I'll come back tomorrow to check it out. I'd like to see what the heck this world's first Divine Dragon is. The trending topic, the world's first Divine Dragon, appeared. Countless people came, drawn by the name, and curious about what this first Divine Dragon could be. On the other side, Wang Guotian had been following Lu Qinghan. Hearing the soldier's report, she really intends to borrow the nation's power to cultivate a Divine Dragon. The next second, his phone rang. Seeing the caller ID, he was startled. He quickly answered. Chief, is what you said true? That monsters will appear in 15 days. Yes. Then Lu Qinghan might not be wrong. Because 10 days ago, we indeed discovered a black hole that appeared out of nowhere in the sea. Hearing the chief's words, Wang Guotian was suddenly shocked. A black hole? Yes, from that black hole 2 incredibly strange creatures crawled out. They resembled humans with slender limbs, but their heads could split open like a flower, revealing dense and sharp teeth. It took almost hundreds of bullets to kill them. Their bodies have been brought back for research. They don't belong to any animal species found domestically. Wang Guotian was greatly alarmed in his heart. Then that can only mean they are monsters. Lu Qinghan's words were not wrong. There really are monsters. Tomorrow I will go to Qin's. I want to personally see the so-called Divine Dragon. If it truly is the divine dragon guarding wuxia, we cannot do nothing. After saying that, the chief hung up the phone. Wang Badian could not calm down for a long time. Doomsday is really coming. And hope rests on the divine dragon. If it's really true, then they must take action to make the divine dragon grow as quickly as possible. Food again piled up in the habitat. In less than a few minutes, Chongqing had finished eating all 10+ tons of food. But its evolution points were getting fewer and fewer. As its body grew larger, the more food it needed. The higher the energy contained in the food, the better. System. Show status panel. Chongqing said in its heart. Chongqing, 5-clawed divine dragon. Growth stage, body length. Weight, 70,000 kilograms. Skills. Divine dragon's might. Spatial claw. Dragon's aura. Human speech. Divine dragon's wrathful flames. Dragon scale hardening. Summon wind and rain. Thunderous might. Turn stone into gold. Evolution points, over 6 trillion. You are currently in your growth stage. Please continue to eat. Break through to the silk body stage. At this moment, Chongqing already had 2 claws. He is a 5-clawed divine dragon. Only when all 5 claws emerge will it be truly complete, still needing more food. Divine dragon, there's only half an hour left until the live broadcast begins. Lu Qinghan walked over at this moment and said, "Yesterday, we already registered accounts on all live streaming platforms." Lu Qingsong was still preparing for the live broadcast on the platform he acquired. The zoo will also open at the same time as the live broadcast, allowing everyone to come in and visit. And tens of thousands of security personnel have been prepared just to ensure the safety of this divine dragon live broadcast. The 5 little ones nodded in clarification today. His full appearance will be completely revealed to the national audience. The world's first and only place with a divine dragon will ignite the entire nation, shocking countless people. As the live broadcast countdown began, countless people waited in the live stream rooms, waiting for the broadcast to start. They all wanted to see what the so-called divine dragon truly was. Soon, it's almost 12 o'clock. I wonder what this divine dragon truly is. It must be fake. They might show us special effects. No way. All these live streams have the same content. Could it all be fake? Could this be a marketing tactic by this live streaming platform? I heard the Lu Group acquired this platform. We'll know what's going on at 12 o'clock tonight. Time passed little by little until 12 o'clock arrived. All live streams simultaneously displayed a scene. The scene showed a girl whose appearance rivaled that of a female celebrity. Her sweet smile filled the live broadcast screen. Many male viewers were instantly captivated. But many people weren't there to see a beautiful woman. Go away. Who wants to see a pretty girl? I have my own choice of beauties. The divine dragon. Hurry. Let the divine dragon out. At this moment, Lu Qinghai, facing countless drone cameras, smiled calmly and said, "I presume everyone is here for the divine dragon. Then I won't waste any more words. Let's all take a look at the divine dragon." As soon as he finished speaking, all drones simultaneously aimed at Qingchen in the distance. When glittering golden dragon scales appeared on the screen, the bullet comments instantly stopped. Countless netizens gasped. As the camera slowly pulled back, the full appearance of the divine dragon appeared in the eyes of countless netizens, as if time had stood still. The divine dragon's domineering and majestic eyes, in the instant they met the drone's gaze, instantly sent shivers down countless people's spines, causing goosebumps all over their bodies. Even the timid ones knelt down on the spot, their bodies trembling. My legs won't move. I just knelt on the ground. What's going on? What terrifying eyes. It's as if they can kill me through the screen. So scary. Is this really a divine dragon? Or is it special effects? If this is special effects, then it's really amazing. How is that possible? This is a live broadcast. If it were special effects, then the Lu Group would be the strongest special effects company in the world. Mom, I miss you. How can mortals endure the might of a divine dragon? Netizens one by one threw aside their phones, not daring to look again, lowering their heads and gasping for breath. They only heard Lu Qinghan's voice from their phones. Divine Dragon? The people of this world still don't believe in your existence. Let's shock this world. As soon as her voice fell, an extremely resounding dragon roar was heard coming from the phones. In an instant, countless people clutched their chests, covered their ears, and knelt on the ground in extreme terror. The dragon roar seemed to pierce through their ears, strike their hearts, and reach their souls, shaking them to the core. Animal enthusiast Ma Dong was also watching the live broadcast. When he heard the dragon roar, his body was already trembling, and he was breaking out in a cold sweat. What a terrifying roar! This absolutely cannot be made by any animal in the world. Either it's a synthesized sound, or it's really a dragon, Ma Dong said in a panic. Boom! Suddenly, outside, lightning flashed and thunder rumbled. The rolling thunder, combined with the dragon roar from his phone, made him even more terrified. Another dragon roar sounded, but this time he froze because he heard the sound wasn't coming from his phone, but from outside. This greatly surprised him. He quickly walked to the window and pulled open the curtains. He was instantly dumbfounded. He saw that outside, where it had been clear skies just moments before, was now covered in dark clouds. A dark, hazy sky pressed down over Xianxia, making people feel suffocated. Lightning flashed and thunder rumbled, with bolts of lightning raging wildly in the dark clouds. He originally thought this was just an ordinary thunderstorm, but the next second, Ma Dong's eyes widened, filled with astonishment. In the thunderclouds, he saw something else. At this moment, the dragon roar sounded again. Came from the sky. Ma Dong was even more certain. The divine dragon was in the thunderclouds. A tremendous clap of thunder sounded. A bolt of purple lightning streaked across the sky, illuminating the dark clouds. A massive figure appeared in the dark clouds. It was churning. It was swimming. It existed like a mysterious monster in the thunderclouds. Dragon! It's definitely the divine dragon, Ma Dong shouted excitedly. He picked up his phone. The screen at this moment was facing the thunderstorm. Lu Qinghan's voice sounded. At this moment, the divine dragon is churning in the thunderclouds. Friends in Xianxia, as long as you look up, you can see it. Many people in Xianxia were also watching the live broadcast. Hearing this, they all rushed to their windows or doorways, looking up at the thunderstorm. The lightning and thunder illuminated the divine dragon within. Indeed, a massive dark shadow was swimming inside. This made them incredibly excited. A divine dragon! It really is a divine dragon. This is too shocking. Our wuxia, China, actually has a divine dragon. Dragon! I was born in the year of the dragon. Divine dragon! Please bless me with wealth. Quick! Make a wish. The divine dragon has appeared. This is a rare sight. A comical scene appeared. People one by one knelt down on the street, or knelt down in their homes, bowing towards the divine dragon in the thunderclouds, making all sorts of wishes in their hearts. But Xianxia in the sky, how could he fulfill the wishes of these people? He saw that most people in Xianxia had already been captivated by him, so he dispersed the dark clouds. When the thunderclouds receded, his full appearance appeared in the eyes of countless people. Everyone gasped. This isn't special effects. This isn't watching a movie. This is happening in reality. The world really has divine dragons. In that instant, countless people pulled out their phones to take pictures, letting the news of his existence spread. When it was about time, he instantly disappeared, leaving behind a clear sky. After the divine dragon disappeared, everyone's mood still couldn't calm down. Lu Qinghan's live broadcast hadn't ended yet. The divine dragon is at Xianxia Zoo. Those who wish to come feed the divine dragon can bring food. The divine dragon only eats meat. After saying that, the live broadcast closed. leaving behind netizens with stunned expressions. Although the scene just now was truly shocking, many people still thought it was fake. Special effects. But not long after, photos and videos of the divine dragon began to circulate online. One might be fake. But could so many photos and videos all be fake? Weibo, the largest social networking site on the entire internet. Many celebrities and official accounts had registered. At this time, the head of the censorship department saw so many photos of the divine dragon and videos circulating, and his scalp instantly tingled. Isn't this just spreading rumors? How can divine dragons exist in this world? It's all fake. He ordered his employees to completely delete these photos and videos. They couldn't be allowed to spread. But less than 10 minutes after he gave the order, he received a call from his boss. Do not delete them. The divine dragon truly exists. Increase the traffic for this matter. Let more people know. It really is a divine dragon. It can summon wind and rain, and call forth thunder. It completely matches the divine dragons described in myths. Wang Guitian watched the video. He was greatly surprised. It was the creature he had thought was a monster. It was truly a divine dragon. Just then, his superior called him. He immediately answered. Chief, what are your orders? Did you see the video? I saw it. You misjudged it back then. Is it the divine dragon from the video? Yes. Come back for a moment. Prepare for a meeting. Hearing the words meeting, Wang Guitian's body tensed. He asked, Can I bring Lu Qinghan to the meeting? The chief was silent for a moment. Perhaps she really did come back from the future. Then she is very crucial. The zoo. As Chen Qing was exposed to the eyes of the world, the zoo welcomed an unprecedented explosion in visitor numbers. Almost the entire dorm room came. They swarmed into the zoo, following the signs to Chen Qing's habitat. When they saw the colossal creature, suspended in midair, Chen Qing, with its dragon eyes tightly shut, deeply asleep, they felt utterly stunned. It's really a divine dragon. Our dorm really has a divine dragon. Quick, make a wish, Lord Divine Dragon. Bless me with good health. May wealth flow in. So handsome. So majestic. The myths didn't lie to me. Dragons really look like this. One person immediately knelt down, praying for their desires. Each person could only watch for 1 minute. After they finished watching, someone would forcibly lead them away to let the next people watch. If they wanted to watch again, they would have to bring more food. The divine dragon was not so easily seen. Lu Qinghan was counting the food this time. Almost everyone who came to the zoo brought food. It was all meat. Counting it, there were at least 5 meals worth. Indeed, the power of unity was the greatest. In just 1 hour, enough meat for 5 meals was gathered. Lu Qinghan smiled. Adding the meat purchased today, there was at least 20 tons. It should be enough for the divine dragon to grow a bit. Right? The divine dragon's appetite had been huge recently, but its growth seemed very slow. Perhaps it was because there was too little food. After all, raising a divine dragon was not as simple as raising a cat or dog. The divine dragon was like a bottomless pit, requiring an endless supply of food. Just then, her phone rang. It was Wang Guitian calling. After hearing the content, her eyes lit up. It's finally opening. This time, wuxia will definitely not repeat the same mistakes. That evening, the divine dragon incident completely exploded online. It was the top trending topic on all platforms. Countless people flocked to the site, and after so long, no official explanation had been given. There was no refutation of rumors or deletion of photos and videos. This made everyone believe that this matter was very likely true. If it were fake, it would have been blocked long ago. So everyone had a terrifying thought spontaneously arise in their hearts, that divine dragons truly existed. At the same time, Lu Qinghan was invited to Long's military base. Here, she met Wang Guitian and other wuxia dragon generals. So many people gathered together must be for the matter of the divine dragon. Under Wang Guitian's lead, she arrived at a conference room. The other dragon generals all looked at her with strange expressions, because her clothes were very out of place. Everyone else was wearing military uniforms, while Lu Qinghan was just wearing very ordinary casual clothes. This made her completely out of place among the others. This is Lu Qingsong's daughter, Lu Qinghan. Lu Qingsong is Huaxia's richest man. Wang Guitian introduced with a smile. Hello, dragon generals. Lu Qinghan stood up and smiled slightly. Having lived another life, her mindset was no longer ordinary. If it were before, she might have been timid and nervous, but not now. Soon, an old man walked in from outside. Seeing this old man, Wang Guitian and the other dragon generals all stood up in unison. Chief! They exclaimed in unison. Lu Qinghan also stood up and called out, looking at the white-haired old man, and the two dragon heads inlaid on the epaulets of his military uniform. This was the highest-ranking insignia. Li Tsong nodded, was the first to sit down. Then his gaze turned to Lu Qinghan. Miss Lu, let's get straight to the point. I hear you are from the future. As soon as these words were uttered, apart from Wang Guitian, everyone else was greatly alarmed. From the future? How? Absurd. But how could the chief ask such a thing? Yes. I am a reborn person. I am from 3 months in the future, Lu Qinghan answered truthfully. The crowd immediately started discussing animatedly. How can she be from the future? That's too absurd. Indeed. A reborn person sounds even more impossible. This is a military camp. We can't tolerate your nonsense here. Chief, you haven't been deceived. Have you? Li Tsong did not answer. Instead, he looked at them and asked, have you not seen today's news about the divine dragon? Some looked bewildered. Others, surprised, spoke up. We saw it, Chief. Do you think this matter is real? I believe it's real, Li Tsong nodded. The others were greatly surprised. The chief actually thinks it's real. Lu Qinghan was surprised. She hadn't expected the chief to believe her. When she had persuaded Wang Guitian, it had taken some time. She had originally been thinking about how to persuade Li Tsong, but now it seemed it's not necessary. Let me show you something. Li Tsong spoke, instructing a soldier to operate the equipment. A photo slowly appeared on the screen. When everyone saw the photo, they were stunned. But Lu Qinghan suddenly stood up and exclaimed in surprise, man-eating monster. Seeing Lu Qinghan's reaction, Li Tsong smiled slightly. Indeed. I guessed correctly. Miss Lu, you recognize this monster. This time, he was testing Lu Qinghan. If she truly was from the future, she would definitely know this monster. Seeing Lu Qinghan's reaction, he believed that this woman very likely came back from the future. I know this is a monster that will appear in 14 days. It's called the man-eating monster. It moves swiftly and also has a strange cry that shakes the soul. It can open its mouth and swallow an entire person. Moreover, its body is extremely tough. Under powerful firepower, can still last for several minutes. Lu Qinghan recalled events from her previous life. At that time, she personally witnessed a military unit attacking a man-eating monster. It took several minutes to eliminate and consumed hundreds of bullets. To kill it. That was truly shocking. Later, the country named it the man-eating monster. It was a human-like monster, extremely terrifying, even more frightening than those large monsters, because they hid in the darkness and would suddenly rush out and attack you. Listening to Lu Qinghan's words, everyone felt it was a tall tale. Only Li Tsong and Wang Guitian had solemn expressions, because they knew Lu Qinghan's words were all true. Miss Lu, please tell them what will happen in the future. What? In 14 days, monsters will appear all over the world? What should we do? If this is true, then it will be the end of the world. Should we believe this? Each dragon general looked at Lu Qinghan. They were still half believing, half doubting. We really should believe Lu Qinghan's words. Things have come to this, we should believe her. Li Tsong spoke in a deep voice. Look at the screen. These monsters were discovered by us a while ago. Under investigation, they do not belong to any animal species in the country. Not even scientists can figure out what kind of monster this is. But Lu Qinghan immediately guessed it. She very likely came back from the future. She has no reason to lie to us. We only have 14 days. We must be prepared. After hearing Li Cong's words, everyone fell silent. Miss Lu, do you know where Huaxia's first monster will appear? Li Cong looked at Lu Qinghan and asked. Just then, Qin Lu Qinghan spoke. He would never forget. A monster had appeared in his dorm room. That day, he had originally planned to go out and play. But instead, a monster appeared, putting him in danger. If the divine dragon hadn't flown out from the zoo, he would have died. Specifically, where? Next to the zoo. In my previous life, I was saved by the divine dragon. That's why I've been reborn to save Huaxia and help the divine dragon grow stronger, Lu Qinghan said. Everyone, once Huaxia is saved, and the divine dragon grows stronger. There isn't much time left, Chief. We must let the divine dragon grow. It is the key to Huaxia. I know what you're thinking. Building a wall to defend against monsters. Correct? Lu Qinghan looked at Li Cong, who was greatly shocked. He had indeed just been thinking of building a wall, similar to the Great Wall, to resist the monsters. But he hadn't expected Lu Qinghan to actually know what he was thinking. How did you know? Because in my previous life you also made such a decision. If it were in my previous life, I would have thought this decision was very good. But now I don't think so, because the enclosure that people spent a month building, the monsters completely destroyed in 1 minute. Hearing this, Li Cong was extremely shocked. He had originally thought such a city wall would resist the monsters. He hadn't expected it to be just futile. Can humanity only rely on the divine dragon? Yes. And I have an idea. What idea? Li Cong asked. Perhaps we can ask the Lord Divine Dragon for some of its blood. Then develop a gene serum to make us stronger. Wuxians are descendants of dragons. So dragon blood could very likely make them stronger. This was just a bold idea of Lu Qinghan's. But she didn't know if it could succeed. The prerequisite was to get the consent of the Lord Divine Dragon. Hearing this, Li Cong's eyes lit up. This could be a good method. Lu Qinghan then spoke. But now we must let the divine dragon grow. Only if it grows can we be guaranteed safety. Monsters cannot be resisted with conventional weapons. Even nuclear weapons. He knew of a monster that could even absorb nuclear weapons called Godzilla. Born in Wokubo, that was one of the most terrifying monsters of the future. The crowd fell silent. Not even nuclear weapons can stop them? I understand. We'll start the feeding plan now. I will report this and request from the whole world to purchase large quantities of food to feed the divine dragon. Li Cong quickly made a decision. Since the future depends on the divine dragon to survive, then they would prepare in advance to make the divine dragon rise. Moreover, to obtain the gene serum, they still needed the divine dragon's consent. This was their first step in befriending the divine dragon. At this very moment, the nationwide fostering plan officially launched. The next day, once he woke up, dozens of tons of food were again placed before him. In just a few mouthfuls, he finished it all. Soon, he also noticed that the surroundings were packed with people who had come to see him. When everyone saw him wake up, they were all incredibly excited, but he just briefly glanced around and fell back into a deep sleep. It wasn't until Lu Qinghan arrived at noon that he woke up again. Lord Divine Dragon, I'm here to tell you some good news. The nation is preparing to launch a nationwide feeding program. At that time, your food intake will be several times more than now. Even 10 times more. Hearing this good news, the divine dragon's heart, my blood shall know no fear. I shall find joy in my small efforts. Without regret, I will do my utmost to protect Huaxia. This was the promise he made. Hearing these words, Lu Qinghan became even more excited. At the same time, those around who had come to see the divine dragon also heard the divine dragon speak human words. Once again knelt in worship, thanking the divine dragon. Lu Qinghan relayed these words exactly as they were to Li Cong and the others. After they learned of this, they felt much more at ease. With the divine dragon's words, they could proceed with great confidence. Lord Divine Dragon, I have an impertinent request. Could you give me a bottle of your blood? Hearing this, the divine dragon immediately understood. These people wanted to use its blood to create a gene serum to make humanity stronger. This reminded him of a movie he had watched in his previous life. Captain America became strong by using a serum. If it were his blood, wouldn't it be even stronger? But was this feasible? He asked the system in his mind. Yes. But the divine dragon's blood is the most terrifying energetic blood in the world. 1 drop of blood must be diluted 100 million times before it can be used. Otherwise, with humanity's fragile bodies, they would explode and die. Hearing this answer, the divine dragon looked at Lu Qinghan. I understand what you all want to use my blood to research a blood serum to make yourselves stronger. Lu Qinghan's heart trembled. She hadn't expected the divine dragon to actually know. She quickly nodded in agreement. Lord Divine Dragon, please do not be angry. I will not be angry. But my blood is not something you humans can easily bear. Take it. As soon as the words fell, a drop of fresh blood flew out from the divine dragon's mouth. It slowly flew to Lu Qinghan. Put it in a container, then dilute it 100 million times. Only then can you develop the serum. Otherwise, you will explode and die. Seeing this drop of blood, Lu Qinghan was greatly alarmed. She quickly had someone bring a clean container and carefully put it inside. Thank you, Lord Divine Dragon. After obtaining the blood, Lu Qinghan called Wang Guitian. When he learned that Lu Qinghan had obtained the divine dragon's fresh blood, Wang Guitian immediately dispatched troops to escort Lu Qinghan. For more days passed. Only 4 days remained until the monsters appeared. And at this time, in the International Alliance, a rare meeting was held. However, no wuxia representative attended this meeting. Instead, the beautiful country, Wokubo, Tutu country, Bear country, and other allied nations convened. In the past 4 days, wuxia has ordered a large quantity of food from us. Have they asked you too? The beautiful country was the first to ask. Hearing this question, the other countries were surprised, because they all had orders from wuxia, and they were all about food. Moreover, each order was for hundreds, even thousands, of tons. What exactly did wuxia want to do? No matter what, I've already sold all the meat to wuxia. Just as the countries were speculating, the Bear country representative spoke. Words the other representative looked at him in surprise. Sold so quickly? The Bear representative. Everyone also knows we don't have much of anything else, but we have plenty of meat. Since wuxia is willing to help us share the burden, then we couldn't be happier. Besides, what could they do with so much meat? Other than eating it, could they possibly make it into weapons? Hearing this, the other representatives all felt it made sense. What else could wuxia do with so much meat? Other than eat it? What else could they do? Moreover, they could sell all their long-refrigerated meat to wuxia. They could clear out their inventory and get a good price. It's a win-win. But why is wuxia buying so much meat? Could it be that they're experiencing a famine over there? The beautiful country representative asked, puzzled. Everyone furrowed their brows slightly. No one understood why wuxia was buying so much meat. After a moment of silence, they all still couldn't figure out what wuxia wanted to do, so they decided not to think about it anymore. Anyway, it was just meat. It wouldn't cause them any loss, so they decided to accept all of wuxia's orders. At the base, Li Tsong received a call. After learning that other countries had agreed to their orders, he laughed heartily. I didn't expect it to go so smoothly this time. It seems these people aren't suspicious at all. Li Tsong hung up the phone and looked up, laughing loudly. After all their orders were for food. These countries had no suspicions at all, and they would definitely try every means to provide the meat from their inventory. As long as the quality of the meat wasn't too bad, he would take it all. The divine dragon, what is needed are more proactive people. I hope this meat will satisfy him. Soon, another phone call rang. It was from the procurement department. We've already procured 300 tons of meat domestically. Good. Immediately transport it to Qin's for the divine dragon, leisurely floating in mid-air. These days, he ate hundreds of tons of food every day. Cheng's body was already incredibly massive. The five-clawed divine dragon. During its growth stage, its body length and weight reached 450,000. Skills: divine dragon's might, spatial dragon claw, dragon's perception, speak human language, divine dragon's fury flames, dragon scale hardening, summon wind and rain, thunderous power, essence point transformation, void shuttle, earth resonance, 4 seasons cycle, evolution points. 13 speaks Mandarin if he releases them all. Its body can reach Sana. Its weight is even 450,000 tons. It is an extremely terrifying creature. It's just that these evolution points were added too. It was too little. Ordinary meat could no longer satisfy him. Just then, more than 10 helicopters flew from afar. Beneath them, large packages were hanging. Inside, they were all packed with meat. The helicopters slowly descended. The packages were placed on the ground. They automatically opened, and pieces of fresh, delicious meat burst out. A batch of helicopters flew away. Soon, another batch arrived. They went back and forth like this. Over 100 batches of helicopters came. All that was delivered was meat. Looking at the piles of meat on the ground, as expected, it was several hundred tons again. Chang opened its mouth. With a fierce inhale, it sucked all the meat in. Eating successful. Increased 3,000 evolution points. Several hundred tons of food only increased 3,000 evolution points. It was very, very little. Completely incomparable to before. A disadvantage on the first day. It probably could have directly increased by tens of thousands. As he grew faster, the larger his body became, the more energy he needed. He had to find foods with high energy content. However, he also had Lu Qinghan and the others go search for them. He estimated they could bring some back today. Divine Dragon. My lord. We've brought it back. Not long after, Lu Qinghan led people and drove in. On the car were boxes. Opened. They saw that all of them contained high energy items. 5,000 years of old rules contains high energy. Comparable to a 3,000-year-old Ganoderma. Contains high energy. But it's all high energy food or fruit in total. There are 11. Put them down, Chang said calmly. Lu Qinghan immediately had people move the wooden boxes down. As Chang's will moved, the food inside the boxes automatically flew up. All of it flew into his mouth. Swallowed in one gulp. Eating successful. Increased 1,500 evolution. A certain dragon flickered with golden light. His body became larger again. However, due to his divine abilities, there was no apparent change. Both his body length and weight increased. And he gained a new skill, named Divine Dragon Frost. Good. You all continue searching. These foods are very useful to me, Chang said, looking at Lu Qinghan. Hearing this, Lu Qinghan smiled. Being able to make the Divine Dragon stronger was his honor. All right, Divine Dragon, my lord. We will definitely do our best to find them. Time passed day by day. There were still 5 days until the monsters appeared. The army would send every day several hundred tons of food. Lu Qinghan's family went to search for high cold energy food. Cheng's growth could be described as extremely rapid. He had already surpassed 170,000 in evolution. Besides his body size and weight both greatly increasing, he also gained a new skill, Meteorite Sky Road. And at this moment, the International Alliance convened another meeting. This time, there was a Chinese representative. Inside the international conference room, representatives from various countries gathered. Everyone looked at China's representative, Li Tsong. The first to speak was the representative from the United States. Li Tsong. Why have all Chinese people abroad? Wuxia people left. As soon as these words were spoken, everyone slightly furrowed their brows, looking at Li Tsong. Originally, When these Chinese people were still in their countries, they weren't too worried. But now, all Chinese people had secretly left. They seemed to have received some news, and all left in the past few days. It wasn't until last night that they discovered there is no longer a single Chinese person in any country wuxia person. Except for those who have already changed their nationality, this made them feel that something was wrong. Therefore, an emergency meeting was convened today to let Hua come forward to explain. Li Tsong looked at the representatives of various countries. He remained silent, thinking whether he should say it or not. After a moment of thought, he decided to tell them. It just depended on whether these people would believe it or not. Look, for your support of so many of our orders. I'll tell you then. The end of the world is coming in 5 days. You all should prepare for defense. Leaving behind this one remark, Li Tsong then left. He didn't need to say so much. Whether to believe it or not was up to these people. After Li Tsong left, everyone was surprised. Discussions were rife. Doomsday. Wuxia representative. Is what they said true? Impossible. The world currently everything is peaceful, no incident was discovered. How could it be the end of the world? The U.S. representative. Do you think it's true? The Japanese representative asked. Looking at the U.S. representative. This matter is definitely false. Would Wuxia be so kind as to tell us? And it's impossible for us to not get any news at all, the U.S. representative spoke jokingly. Laugh. Even the beautiful country didn't get the news, how could China get it? It sounds fake as soon as you hear it. The Woku country and the Toto country. Hearing this breathed a sigh of relief. Since the U.S. said so, then it must be false. At the Wuxia Research Institute, a group of people in white lab coat scientists are researching a type of blood highly rich in energy serum. Suddenly, a loud shout rang out, "Am I growing? Am I growing? The divine dragon serum has been developed." As soon as these words were spoken, other scientists hurriedly put down their work and rushed towards that person. They saw a vial of medicine placed on that person's table. Inside is golden blood serum. Is this the divine dragon serum? How is the cell activity? Quickly, let us see. It finally succeeded. 10 days of effort didn't let us down. We must quickly conduct human trials. Once it can be experimented on human bodies, then the Wuxia people will transform people into dragons. Divine dragon serum. Our Wuxia's gene scientific research will break through history, will become history. The scientists shouted excitedly, if this divine dragon serum is useful, then China will surpass all countries in gene research. All countries, and this serum, if it can be successfully applied to humans and mass-produced in the future, everyone will be like a dragon. After the results came out, someone immediately reported it to Li Tsong. Hearing that the serum development was successful, Li Tsong immediately went to the research institute. When he saw the divine dragon serum, he couldn't suppress his excited expression. Great! Excellent! The serum has finally been developed. Immediately convene human trials. For this round of human trials, there must be people with very good physiques. He feared that those with weak physiques wouldn't be able to withstand it. Until evening, after layers of selection, one person was finally chosen. This person was an orphan, strong and robust, making him a very suitable candidate. In a laboratory, all the scientists gathered, and many soldiers. Li Tsong stood at the very front. In front of him was a powerful, strong man, who was this time's test subject. Qianlong. If you feel any discomfort, immediately shout it out. We will immediately stop this experiment. Understood, Qianlong shouted, standing at attention. Then let's begin. As Li Tsong gave the order, all the scientists stepped forward to help Qianlong put on his equipment, restrained him inside an iron cabin, then closed the iron cabin. They prepared to release the serum's aura. Once there was any abnormal situation, they should immediately shout loudly. A scientist shouted loudly, then pulled the lever. Release. The machine releasing the serum's aura started, emitting a roaring sound. Inside the iron cabin, the divine dragon serum's aura was immediately released. Li Tsong and the others retreated a few steps. Aha! Suddenly, loud shouting sounds came from inside. Everyone's hearts tightened. Li Tsong immediately shouted, "Stop immediately!" The scientist in charge of pulling the lever heard this, and was about to stop immediately. "No! Don't stop! I feel fine," Qianlong inside shouted. Hearing this, Li Tsong was stunned. So, they made the scientists retreat a few rounds. The shouting inside did not stop. Qianlong kept shouting. It wasn't until a minute passed that the shouting slowly stopped. "Qianlong, are you okay?" Li Tsong asked, puzzled. There was no response from inside. This made Li Tsong's heart clench. Could something have gone wrong? He immediately stopped opening the hatch. Li Tsong shouted, "Please, nothing must happen." The scientists nodded. Gathering their courage, they opened the hatch. As the hatch opened, a stream of red gas erupted from inside. Soldiers wearing oxygen masks immediately surrounded Li Tsong, protecting his safety. The hatch slowly opened. Qianlong lay inside, his eyes tightly shut, motionless. Everyone gasped. Had it failed? "Release his restraints," Li Tsong shouted. The scientists immediately. Director Zhao released Qianlong's restraints. But Qianlong still didn't move. This struck Li Tsong. Other scientists were on tenterhooks. Could the serum have failed? Or did Qianlong not make it? Was his body overwhelmed by the serum's terrifying energy? Just as Li Tsong was about to step forward to check, Qianlong suddenly opened his eyes. His eyes actually emitted a brilliant light. "Protect General Li, soldiers!" In unison, because those two words couldn't pass censorship. So this was used as a substitute. All the soldiers stood in front of Li Tsong, protecting his safety. New House becomes a dragon, but the aura emanating from Qianlong's body brought an immense sense of oppression, making them feel alarmed. Was this still the Qianlong who had just gone in? Or had he already turned into a monster? "Qianlong, are you okay?" Li Tsong asked gravely. Qianlong lowered his head, clenching his fists, feeling the incomparable power within his body. Then he excitedly said, "Report, everyone. I'm fine." Hearing this, Li Tsong breathed a sigh of relief. The implications became exciting. This meant the divine dragon serum was effective. In an instant, all the scientists cheered with joy. The divine dragon serum succeeded. It's effective. Ha ha ha. Our efforts weren't in vain, Li Tsong said. Immediately begin testing. Let me see how strong this human, modified by the divine dragon serum, truly is strong. Until half-night, a temporarily built test site was presented. This time, the tests were for strength, speed, reaction ability, resistance to blows, and a series of other tests. First up was the strength test. Qianlong had to hit a boxing test machine with full force. Begin, Li Tsong said. Qianlong nodded and walked to the boxing test machine. He unleashed a punch with all his might. Humph! The test machine instantly flew out, crashing heavily onto the grass 10 meters away. It was already destroyed. Seeing this terrifying power, Li Tsong was dumbfounded. The others were even more astonished. Is this the power of the divine dragon serum? This is still the blood after being diluted 100 million times. Serum? And it has already turned a mortal into a superhuman. How terrifying would the undiluted one be? It's too terrifying. What makes me feel shocked is not the serum, but the owner of this serum. How strong is the divine dragon exactly? A single drop of the divine dragon's blood can make humans so powerful. It must be even more terrifying and powerful itself. As expected of the divine dragon. It's too scary. What makes everyone feel shocked is not the terrifying nature of the serum, but the owner of this serum. How terrifying is the divine dragon exactly? After all, A serum diluted 100 million times can make ordinary people so strong. Then the divine dragon itself must be the embodiment of this power. In the subsequent tests, the divine dragon's every aspect was extremely terrifying, truly superhuman. Li Tsong inwardly breathed a sigh of relief, feeling incredibly fortunate and excited. Fortunately, he had believed Lu Qinghan. Otherwise, they would never have obtained this divine dragon serum. The coming era will be an era where everyone is like a dragon. With the divine dragon, monsters will no longer be so terrifying. The future will be the era of wuxia. That wuxia can have the divine dragon is wuxia's honor and pride. Li Tsong shouted excitedly. Immediately, fully develop the divine dragon serum. As for more divine dragon blood, I will find a way, since it has already succeeded. That means this experiment cannot be wrong. Next, as long as they mass-produce it, they can achieve an era where everyone is like a dragon. As for the divine dragon's fresh blood, can he only personally go and beg the divine dragon? Coincidentally, during this period, tens of thousands of tons of food have been accumulated, which can now be put to use. There are still 3 days until the monsters appear. In the waters of the beautiful country, patrol boat was on patrol. But suddenly, the originally calm sea became turbulent, and the surging waves almost capsized the boat. "What's going on?" the captain exclaimed in terror. A worker responsible for monitoring the radar shouted in terror. "Captain, there's a huge creature 5 kilometers away, right under the sea, heading towards us." "What?" The captain turned pale with fright. Then he heard the worker exclaim again. "Its speed is very fast. It's already right beneath us." Words a huge shark should emerge from under the sea, leapt up and bit the patrol boat, dragging it into the seabed. It vanished without a trace. It wasn't until 5 minutes later that the Ocean Control Center received the patrol boat's disappearance alarm. They quickly dispatched forces. When they arrived, the sea surface was already very calm. Just as they thought nothing had happened, a huge shark flew out of the sea, bit the boat, mimicking the previous attack, and dragged the boat into the seabed. Seeing this, the others were so scared they quickly rushed back to report to the higher-ups. When the beautiful country's military learned that a monster had appeared in their waters, they immediately dispatched countless naval forces to encircle and annihilate the shark. Using countless gunfires, they finally killed it. The moment that shark floated to the surface, countless people marveled at it. It was a full 30 meters long, incredibly massive and very frightening. What kind of monster is this? At the same time, besides the beautiful country, various massive animals appeared in other places. For example, a giant lizard appeared in Asan country. A giant brown bear appeared in bear country. The huge prison that appeared in Woku Bo, everything seemed to be developing in a bad direction. At the military base, Li Tsong, who was about to take food to the dormitory to find the divine dragon, received a phone call. "What?" A 3-meter-tall tiger appeared in the eastern region. Li Tsong exclaimed in surprise. "What kind of tiger can be 3 meters tall? Is this damn thing on hormones? Could this be the so-called monster?" But fortunately, that tiger has already been dealt with. "Send it over immediately," Li Tsong said gravely. The huge tiger's carcass was urgently sent over. It looked like a normal tiger, but its body was extremely massive. Li Tsong and the others were greatly surprised. "Is this really a tiger? How could it grow so big? Send it for research immediately." Li Tsong felt uneasy. Aren't there still 3 days left? How come there's a huge tiger already? But soon, he received another phone call. This time, it was from a superior. After listening to the content, Li Tsong's heart sank. Representatives from various national alliances had convened a meeting. And this meeting was about the giant creatures appearing in various countries. Could the monsters be appearing ahead of schedule? This international conference was not held offline, but rather online, with representatives from various countries appearing on screen. The American representative spoke first. Have any of you encountered giant animals? Today, we killed a huge shark. After research, it was a megalodon, long extinct. Hearing this, other countries were shocked. Megalodons are out too? Weren't those creatures that went extinct millions of years ago? Li Tsong already thought his 3-meter tiger was scary enough. But the beautiful country even had a megalodon. We also had a giant brown bear here, 5 meters tall, comparable to a skyscraper. It took immense effort to kill it. We are also 4-meter-tall giants. It was very difficult to kill. Representatives from various countries discussed animatedly. All of them had encountered giant animals. Suddenly, the American representative looked at Li Tsong and said, "Wuxia representative, earlier you said that the end of the world was coming. Do you know some news?" As soon as these words were spoken, other representatives looked at you one after another. Yes. Didn't you say the end of the world was coming? Is this the end of the world you spoke of? Wuxia must know something. We are allies. Can you reveal something? If it really is the end of the world, I hope we can cooperate, coexist peacefully. If you know anything, I hope the Wuxia representative can share it with us. If it's truly the end of the world, then we are all in the same boat. Don't keep hiding things. Besides the alliance, the other countries looked utterly bewildered. Hearing the words, "end of the world," they also became afraid. Could it be that these representatives already knew the end of the world was coming? Coupled with today's events, everything seemed so logical. Li Tsong sneered. After you heard what I said that day, did you take any action? The representatives from several allied nations were immediately caught off guard. They were embarrassed because they hadn't taken any action. They all lived as usual. But now things have become serious. They had no choice but to believe, considering that all countries were willing to sell food to Wuxia. I'll tell you then. In 3 days, monsters will appear all over the world. These giant animals are just a prelude. Even more terrifying ones are coming. Telling them now they can't do much either. If they believe and take precautions in advance, perhaps they can still defend a little. If they don't believe, then it's their own fault. As soon as these words were spoken, representatives from various countries were greatly shocked. What? Monsters will appear in 3 days? Is that true or false, Wuxia representative? Don't lie to us. It must be true. We must take precautions in advance. After all, the giant monsters that have appeared now fit the description of monsters very well. Damn it! Why are you only telling us now? And you must have known very early on. You let us sell so much food to Wuxia, precisely for taking precautions in advance. Wuxia representative, you surely still have large stockpiles of food. Can you sell some back to us? Because previously, in order to clear their inventory and earn money from Wuxia, many countries sold a large amount of meat to Wuxia, and at a high price, too, making a huge profit. Now realizing that Wuxia had stockpiled a large amount of food because the end of the world was coming, they immediately regretted it. They immediately regretted it. If only they had known earlier, they wouldn't have sold so much. Once the end of the world truly comes, then food will be the most scarce. I still need to consider this, Li Tsong said calmly. Currently, there are still 1,000 tons of food, and these are prepared for Shinnom. He has to go to Qin's first. He'll discuss these matters after that. What is there to consider? You acquired so much food. Enough to feed Wuxia's over 1 billion people for more than 10 years. Can't you sell some to us? The representative from the beautiful country said coldly. You are too selfish. Now I regret it. Immediately return the food to us. One by one, the representatives shouted themselves hoarse, wanting to take back the food. Heh. Back then you were frantically raising prices, counting money until your hands were sore. Now you want to take the food back? That's simply wishful thinking. I said I'd consider it. Then wait for my news. Li Tsong snorted coldly and turned off the screen. Leaving the international meeting, he immediately arranged a helicopter to go to Qin's. At Qin's zoo, Lu Qinghan had just rushed back from the dragon chamber. Lord Shenong, the military assigned me to be the manager of the monster center, Lu Qinghan said with a smile. The last time he went to a meeting, before leaving, Li Tsong had told him about this opportunity. He felt it was a pity, but he didn't expect the other party to directly make him the administrator. He would be responsible for everything at the Monster Center. The Monster Center, as its name suggests, was prepared for monsters. What he had to do was precisely to prevent the monsters that would appear in the future. However, he knew how to manage it, because in his previous life, on the 5th day of the monster's appearance, Wuxia had already established the Monster Center. It was just because of his rebirth that this center was brought forward. The Monster Center at that time was established for the purpose of collecting monster corpses and taking them back for research. Because the monster's genes were very powerful. If they could be used to develop a serum, it could allow humanity to evolve into superhumans. Shenlong's serum was destined not to be suitable for anyone, because its energy was too powerful. But those from the monsters were different. Theirs were relatively weaker, and could be adapted to everyone. That's great. I wish you success, Shenlong said. During this period of interaction, he and Lu Qinghan became friends. Although he appeared to be a dragon, his heart was human, so it was normal for the two to become friends. Lu Qinghan would come every day to tell him interesting things that happened each day. He would treat them as stories to listen to. It was very interesting. I know what to do, Lord Shenlong. Lu Qinghan nodded. He was very happy to receive Lord Shenlong's blessing. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Just then, a helicopter flew in from afar, slowly landing. Li Tsong descended from it. General Li, why are you here? Lu Qinghan was startled, and walked over to ask. Director Lu, how has the Monster Center been recently? Li Tsong said with a smile. General Li, you're joking. The Monster Center has been doing very well. I have already trained the Monster Cleanup Unit, the Monster Collection Unit, and the Monster Emergency Unit, among 3 units. The Monster Cleanup Unit is, after killing monsters, to take the monster corpses back to headquarters, and then clean up the battlefield, restoring it to its original state. The Monster Collection Unit, as the name suggests, collects various parts of the monster's body, as well as monster corpses scattered in other places, and monster genes, taking them to the research institute for study. Once monsters appear, the emergency unit will immediately deploy to evacuate and protect the public and resist monsters. He told these things to Li Tsong, who was somewhat surprised. I didn't expect you've done it so comprehensively. Wuxia is truly honored to have you. Actually, these are all things we would develop in the future. I merely brought them forward. That's good too, no need for us to blindly grope around. With such a reborn person here, we can grasp the future. If it weren't for Lu Qinghan, they still wouldn't know that monsters are about to appear. Oh, by the way, a big event happened today. Have the monsters appeared early? Li Tsong recounted today's events. After listening, Lu Qinghan was startled. In his previous life, he had not heard of such a thing. But after thinking about it, perhaps it was because in his previous life, the country, in order not to cause panic, suppressed the news and hid it, so they didn't know. But now times are different. He was the administrator of the Monster Center and had the right to know about this matter. But it probably has nothing to do with monsters. Lu Qinghan shook his head and said. Li Tsong was startled, realizing there was actually something Lu Qinghan didn't know. But the next second, Shenlong, who had been silent all along, spoke. No. Perhaps I know. Hearing this, the two immediately looked up at Shenlong. Li Tsong asked, Lord Shenlong, what's going on? Those animals might have eaten food containing high energy, making them stronger. It has nothing to do with monsters. Xianxia said. What can make animals grow larger? Besides high-energy food, there is nothing else. Moreover, listening to Litsong, they are all animals, which means his guess is correct. As for why they were all only discovered today, I don't know. Then, Lord Xianxia, do these animals also contain high energy? Litsong pondered for a moment. Do you need me to get them for you? Hearing this, Xianxia's eyes lit up. This is a good idea. These animals, having eaten that food, inside their bodies, the energy contained is definitely high, much stronger than ordinary meat. Okay, Xianxia said. If you get them all, I can give you some more fresh blood. Xianxia knew why Litsong had come. Couldn't be for the sake of animals. And he had heard a few days ago Lu Jinhan say that the serum had already been successfully developed, so he guessed why Litsong had come this time. It was for his blood. As expected of Lord Divine Dragon. You guessed my purpose. Litsong's heart skipped a beat. He bowed his head in fear and said, a divine dragon is indeed a divine dragon. You know what he's here for. It's too terrifying. But soon, his heart stirred. As long as he got food, the divine dragon could let him choose first. This is easy. Don't they want food over there? As long as we take that 1,000 tons of food and distribute half, it will be enough. I believe those people will definitely comply. General Li, Lord Divine Dragon, the serum has all been developed. Lu Qinghan looked at Litsong and asked. He didn't have the right to follow up on that progress. Through our unremitting efforts, we have formulated the best serum. The human limit is 100 doses of released blood energy. Stronger individuals can handle 200 doses. The first test subject, Jackie Chan, has already been injected with 200 doses. He is terrifyingly strong now. He is the first superhuman. They compared him to Captain America from American movies and made a comparison. They found he was even more awesome than the described captain. Things like pulling a helicopter barehanded. Lifting a tank could be done with extreme ease. Jackie Chan could even block a pistol bullet with his bare body. Stronger bullets, however, would be too much. He would get injured. Because they are divine dragon humans modified by the serum, they named them divine dragon people. Hearing this result, Lu Qinghan smiled. That's good. Future humans will definitely all be like dragons. No longer afraid of monsters. This is a good outcome. After speaking, Litsong turned to Changqing. He bowed, then looked up and said, Lord Divine Dragon, I will go and get those corpses for you. However, the prerequisite is to distribute food to them. All right, Changqing nodded. Ordinary food is no longer useful. The evolution points added are too few. What he wants is more high-energy food. Before Litsong left, Changqing gave him a drop of exotic immortal blood. Litsong was silent. I will bring the corpses tomorrow. The exotic immortal blood can create hundreds of millions of divine dragon people, or 1 million super divine dragon people. Now, the main goal is to transform the military entirely into divine dragon people. Once they can be mass-produced later, then all of humanity will be transformed. Everyone like a dragon is not just talk.